Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Ur-quan, the Ur-quan Masters, or Star Control 2. The last time we left off, I was having a very frustrating experience with the Unga and the Kara both attacking me, so I couldn't get away. And fighting them was pointless, because they would have an infinite number of ships in hyperspace, so that would be pointless. So, what we're going to do now is there's 3 more locations we have to visit. And before we can try to beat the game, I did miss out on fighting 2 different races. There's nothing I can do about that. I may still not be able to win the game regardless, but I am going to try. So where we need to go now, at least they're going to get the Unga finally. But you can see there's not really much time left. I think the Unga, the Thradish, the Supox, and the Utwig are gonna whatever. So it'll take them a little bit of time to go do that. But let's see, Beta Brew. Yeah, that's what we're trying to go to now. Beta Bruhe. Okay. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. This is where the Mycons were, but now that they're all dead, you don't have to do anything with them. I'm going to make sure I'm as efficient as possible. Beta Brahe. I'm not entirely sure I'm saying that right, but okay, it should just be directly north pretty much. Into here. Go into here. You notice that the Mycon are gone. They've been completely wiped out. Not that I care too much about them. There is one special thing. We don't need to worry about resources or minerals or anything like that. Go right here. We're gonna get whatever this is. Okay. Sir, we are experiencing Mayor faction Nick Gashusak blah blah blah. Wait a minute, they seem to have passed. Ooh, that was awful. I don't know. Captain, when we weren't bouncing off the ceiling or being bashed against the lander walls, we looked for whatever it was that the Mycon were hiding down here. We think we found it. I don't know what to call it. It kind of looks like a cross between a spider and an antenna. I can't read that. The Evo? Oh, Levo, the engineer we brought along. Says the device has the capacity to radiate incredible amounts of energy in the form of visible light. We have decided not to experiment with the artifact and will bring it right after we explore the immediate vicinity. Uh-oh, Captain. Looking like blah blah blah. I don't know what they're saying. Returning to the ship. Okay. We need to exit here. We need to navigate. And I'm reminded, like, I just got a series of new devices, and chances are I'm going to need to do some analysis at the station before I'm going to be able to do anything with them. So I better just go straight into Earth now. Get that analysis done. get that analysis done and then continue off to the other things, because I think that's the last of the devices that I actually need to finish the game, but we'll go ahead and see. We'll go here. Come on. We'll go up to Sol real quick. Hopefully. Should be, I think, this one. Okay, very good. We're going to go into Earth. Get in here. Go to the station. Go to the Starbase Commander.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. Before we go on, I have something important to tell you. A race of plant creatures called the Supocs have arrived in your absence, Captain. They offered use of their ship designs and will supply you as many starship captains as we require. I, of course, accepted their offer immediately. Also, a small contingent of Utwig has visited. After spending a few days setting up our fabricators to build their Jugger starships and providing us with a few capable commanders, they departed. Captain, if you continue to build such strong alliances, we will surely win our battle against the Ur-quan.
Oh, very good. Can your scientists analyze what I've acquired since my last visit?
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, talking pet life form. Data, this creature is physiologically identical to the so-called Ur-quan talking pet with one notable exception. It is highly intelligent and evidences strong psychic capabilities. Initial AIQR test rated it well above human super genius, though immediately after we made this shocking assessment, its scores dropped to the normal-subnormal range. Interviews with the subject have shown it to be cooperative, though a Class 4 pan-species psychological profile places the creature far into the furtive, hateful domain. There were also some disturbing incidences where we talked about roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary: everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. The next entry in the analysis is subject Utwid bomb device. Data: analysis has yielded little information about this device, largely because of our technicians' unwillingness to open it or even remove the bomb from your ship. That aside, here's what we know so far. The device is correctly defined as a bomb, one of enormous destructive potential, but it's not of Utwig origin. Nothing about it relates to the technology we see in the Jugger ship. We believe it to be of late precursor origin, though it somewhat resembles certain Chenjesu technology. Its original function? Probably a planeteering tool for dispersing unwanted moons. Summary: unless there's a strong reason to do otherwise, do not activate this device. Leave it alone. Any experimentation should be conducted at least 12 astronomical units from this starbase, and preferably a bit further. The next entry in the analysis is subject, sun device. Data: the unit contains a power generator whose output magnitude is simply mind-croggling. When activated, the device radiates energy equivalent to less than 1/100th of 1% of our sun. However, when placed close to a planet, perhaps in orbit, its output would rival Sol's. Summary: another precursor tool, the energy output of which can replace or augment a sun's radiance. That's the end of our scientist's report.
Alright, very good. That's all we needed from him.
Goodbye, Captain.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the shipyard. We're going to get some crew for them. Then we're going to replace the Spethy ship. It's pretty good, pretty useful. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of these ships. Actually, we're going to get rid of every single one of those other ships because I do not think they'd be very good against the Koroth ship. As much as I really like this Arilu ship, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good against a Korra ship, and neither is this one, so we're getting rid of it. We're going to get rid of this one because it's not really very good either. And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at these other ships. Ooh, the Suffolk's Blade. We'll get one of these. I don't know what it does. We'll get one. We're going to get... I'm not going to get that. Wow, that's an expensive one. Well, we might as well get maybe two of those. Check real quick. Because if it's pretty expensive, that probably means it's pretty good. We'll get another Spethy ship. Oh no, the Spethy's been destroyed. Huh! Oh, we can't get any more Spethy ships. That sucks. Okay, we'll get another one of these. I want to leave some of them open because I think we're about to get a new ally very soon. And so I want to make sure that if they're going to... They might give me some ships. So I want to make sure that I have... That's kind of sucks that I only have the one Spathic. So, exit that. We do need to get some fuel. I'm going to get some fuel. Get some fuel real quick. Alright, very good. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick save. Do it here. Very good. You never know when things might go bad, so it's always good to have a save here. So yeah, once the Spethy were destroyed, you were done. You can't make any more of their ships. That sucks. Oh well. So I'm gonna go to Quasi Space. And I believe it's this one here that I want to go to. Let's see if I was right. Yeah, I don't know if the core off bought the Ari Lualile, but they're gone now, I suppose. So this kind of sucks what we have to do now, because it's going to take a while to get to. Let's see. Alpha Tauri. Yeah, we have to go up to Alpha Tauri because we can't do anything until the ilwrath are gone. So we have to go do go up a very far distance actually. There's no portal that's anywhere closer to them than this. Yeah. If you play this game, make sure you study a little bit on how to most efficiently get resources. Because not doing that will put you in the bind that I am. I want to check it real quick. Basically straight up. Keep going. We'll go past this. Okay, here's the Ur-quan. ilwrath. So what we want to do is avoid them. And we're going to go ahead and do a save game because I don't want to have to do that little trip over again. I don't want to fight a million of you guys. I'm just going to load it. And I'm going to try to hit the planet better this time. Don't need to fight you. I think I've already fought them and talked to them a number of times. There's not much to, well, I can talk to them, I guess. Oh god. Well, at least they're gonna be out of the way, sort of. Maybe. So, there we go. I think this is it. Converse?
What a pleasant surprise. Ever since the Ur-quan made it a fellow slave species, we have missed the human. You arrived just in time for the Festival of 1,000 Screams. We welcome you with open appendages. Your participation in the ceremony is most fortuitous. As we pour your steaming parts from your breached husk, you will cry with the force that pleases the mighty deities Dogar and Kazan. Then we will address our inquiries and receive deific guidance. Glorious!
Well, I guess I can have this conversation with them.
There is so much to tell, so many different aspects. These deities permeate the fabric of the universe. Since all things eventually succumb to death, all things meet Dogar and Kazan.
Okay, when did you begin your development?
Human, you do not understand. It is as it has always been. When the hatchlings struggle from the egg sac, they show their respect to the twin gods of death during their first frenzied gorging. From that moment on, the directives and philosophies of Dogar and Kazan are manifested by the hatchling.
How do you pray and how do Dogar and Kazan
The
answer?
deific duo broadcast on Channel 44. Their words of wisdom are available to all, and their instructions are carried out to the best of our mortal ability. We know that we are pleasing the gods because they no longer find it necessary to guide us. In the past, the Dark Twins were compelled to direct us almost daily, but now have received no direction for almost 8 years. Indeed, we diligently monitor the channel should Dogar and Kazan choose to be heard.
Why do your gods broadcast on Channel 44?
They do it for us. First, they clear the channel of messy static and interference. Second, it made it easy for us to properly identify what might be mistaken for mad rambling as the sacred words. You see, Dogar possesses 44 eyes that see into the 44 planes of existence, and each of Kazan's 44 sub-tongues is made up of 44 plump, writhing cilia. Besides, they knew we were Captain Satellite viewers.
Now, I don't want to offend, but do you have any good gods?
During the Dark Ages, we were confused by the many gods. There were dozens of deities ranging from Zith of the Pelt to Orc of the Seds. It was only through the careful formation of a priestly ruling body that the ilwrath were able to determine the true gods Dogar and Kazan. This new priestly cabal revealed that we must discard all other gods, be they of hearth or flowing web. Only the priests were capable of interpreting the will of the gods. Their order refined our worship until we could do no better. All heretics were to be eaten, and all possessions were to be delivered to the holy sites or the priestly dwellings.
I grow weary.
Your pitiful investigations have barely scratched the surface of what is to be learned about Dogar and Kazan. And remember, you may never get another chance to ask such questions.
You ilwrath fascinating. Tell me about
Your
it.
interest is not unusual. It is through the omniscient guidance of our mighty lords of darkness that we have achieved this state of near perfection. We will dispel your ignorance concerning the first child species of the unmerciful Dogar and Kazan.
Okay. Tell me about your fascinating customs and ceremonies.
Our culture is rich with meaningful tradition. During the birth rite, the egg sac teems with many new potential deaths. The hatchlings fight over their first frothy draught of blood. In the ensuing frenzy, many hatchlings are consumed, either partially or in their entirety. A frequently performed ceremony of affirmation has the participant grinding away partial or even whole appendages. It is the pain that acknowledges the greatness of the twins of excruciation. How can they help but notice the scream caused by the mangled nervous tissue?
Oh, these guys are pleasant. Okay, so help me understand this. You consider yourselves evil.
Evil? Of course we're evil! Dogar and Kazan would never reward a less than hideously evil species with their baleful grace. Why, we are the very definition of evil! Everything about us, within and without, reeks of heinous deeds, deceit, and treachery. Even our house pets are rather evil.
Boy, I have to say, you're the strangest looking critters.
Yes, our striking appearance only hints at the true strength that resides inside. Coursing through our thorax are the fluids of life. Like yourselves, if we leak in excess, we will satiate the sacrificial needs of Dogar and Kazan. Our mandibles allow us to communicate, take sustenance, and deliver pain. The appendages you see here allow us to manipulate our technologies and will regenerate when damaged or lost, as often happens in many of the rituals of pain. Our sensory cluster lets us monitor the whim and will of the deadly duo in the complex sequence of events that leads us all to death.
Okay. How did you get so end up like you are?
For eons, we lived appendage to mandible. Then, many millennia ago, we received the guidance of Dogar and Kazan. This enabled us to move beyond the simple existence of tranquil hunter-gatherers. to become world-striding avatars of death and destruction. Over the many years, we advanced our technology, always in the name of Dogar and Kazon, always in the development of more sophisticated tools for murder. Then, the gods gave us the means to go forth and commit even more glorious acts. This was 29 years ago, when the Ur-quan improved our starships and weapons. The war against your alliance was glorious. But alas, all good things come to an end. You lost. We honored the wishes of the soft and merciful Ur-quan and stopped eating you humans. To continue our festive ceremonies of death, we began employing our native species for ceremony. Things seemed to be going well, until we accidentally exhausted our supply of all these life forms. We became distraught and called to our gods for guidance. Then, 8 years ago, Dogar and Kazon responded to our wails of dismay by directing us to devour feathered bird beings, the Pakunk. We now penetrate deeply into their home space. When we complete our mission of genocide, we are certain that we will once again hear from Dogar and Kazon.
So what do you think of the Ur-quan anyway?
Simply put, the Ur-quan are far too kind to please Dogar and Kazon. When your species was subdued, our gods made clear their desire for immediate deaths by the billion. We made plans for a grand ceremony to be called Mountains of Flesh. We built thousands of portable altars and transported millions of blood gowns and fillet knives to your world. But then the Ur-quan commanded that you humans were to be left alive. The confusion! With our plans for a magnificent and most holy planetary slaughter forcibly terminated, we retreated to our homeworld to soak.
Oh boy. But evil is defined as deviation from established values. If your entire society behaves evilly, then aren't you all, in fact, good?
We are all evil. We all behave in a mutually agreed upon fashion of murder, torture, deceit, and so forth. Our uniform acceptance of this heinous credo creates an orderly and cooperative society which hardly seems evil. Evil is doing things that make others hurt or fear. We all do that, of course. But since we all do such things, as sanctioned by our culture, it would be bad to do otherwise. Which means, blasphemer! Do not play with words. You anger both Dogar and Kazon. Now you must die!
Okay. So... I don't know. Oh, I should have tried one of those new ships. I'm gonna try to escape from this. I really don't like fighting these guys. I just want to get out of here. Come on, let's go. Well, we want to run. Okay, I have no idea. I might end up reloading that. To before I lost all those guys, I haven't decided. But I'm not sure. I was thinking something was supposed to happen there. It didn't. So now I need to think about what I'm actually supposed to do in order to make this work. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later, folks.